Hi, I'm Rob Mason, and you're listening to the Woodhenge podcast. Welcome to episode 3 of the Woodhenge podcast. I'm Mr. DeSanctis.
And I'm Miss Frederick.
Thanks so much for joining us. Somebody's still recovering from the back to school crud. I know I missed a day last week too. Just trying to get caught up, but the year's still going good?
Yeah. Oh my God, it's fabulous. My ninth graders are thebomb.com, and I'm sure they're embarrassed with me saying that, but it's been so much fun.
Well, between that and you call it Schoology?
Schoology,
oh,
yeah.
They love it when you do that.
The Schoology.
They absolutely love it.
I've been using all the random slang.
All the outdated.
Yeah, and I'm like sleigh, rocket.
That's half the way to do it. So the bell's ringing, which means we have classes to teach, and we need to save her voice to talk to our episode 3 guest. So coming up after this, we're going to chat with Assistant Athletic Director and I feel like the mayor of Little Miami High School.
Oh my God, yeah.
Mr. Rob Mason. So here comes episode 3. Should we do it?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it. Welcome back to episode 3 of the Woodhenge podcast. I'm Mr. DeSanctis.
I'm Miss Frederick.
And we are so incredibly thankful and grateful and fortunate to be joined by the one and only Mr. Rob Mason.
Well, that's a lot of words, but I'm just glad to be here. It sounds like it'll be a lot of fun.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time to come down. I know you're busy. Very, very busy. A lot more busy than you were when her and I started here.
Yeah.
And you just kind of were over the study hall stuff.
It's true.
And I never saw you. And now I see you do a tour by my room 2 or 3 times a day.
Yes. It's always trying to find something to do.
I don't think you have to search very far, though. But how has the year been going as far as athletics go?
Well, so far we've launched into all of our fall sports. Everything's in full swing. Looks like everything's going really well. Enjoying athletics again this year, but our fall looks pretty good. Getting ramped up for our winter seasons already. Schedules, bus trips, all that fun stuff. So yeah, it's looking really good.
That cycle never really ends. And you also host one of the 2 most popular podcasts around. And I think it's time to make sure we get a shameless plug in for the Panther Bites.
Oh, great. I appreciate it. Yeah,
let's make sure we definitely put something out there for the Panther Bites, hosted by, I think, a guy named Rob Mason.
I think so. It's a fun little thing. Yeah.
So since you slid over to athletics, we've seen some more of that. There's been some more content and stuff coming out. Can you kind of take me through the evolution of starting your role there after school had started, and then kind of how that's pieced together now? And you're just pumping out episodes.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. Last year, that was one of the things that coming in, I really wanted to kind of amp up what we've done in the past. We did have, some Twitter, Instagram, those type of things, Facebook, but just not a whole lot of content that we put out there. So that was one of my things I wanted to do to kind of upgrade, get us out there as much as possible. And again, this year, I thought we did pretty well last year, but again, I'm amping it up already again, having some students here in the high school helping us get some things ready, putting some programs out there, some Instagram pieces and content for us, helping us out. So that's pretty cool. Again, want to kick off with our Panther Bites. That was just something fun I was thinking about doing. Like I know it's cheesy, but that's all good with me. That's how I want it. And so we want to go out there and take some of our athletes again, talk with them, reaching out to a couple of our people that helped us last year, like Crumble Cookie, just winning a response on them. Because I figured if it's Panther Bites, just a little small segment, we've got to have something to eat.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, we definitely roll that again. I don't know, maybe we'll bring burgers and pizza or something. I don't know. But we want to bring that content back up, reach out some more just to have that vibe out there for us, for Little Miami, and just get us where we need to be.
Well, and that outreach is important too. I think whether it's sports, when I worked in college sports, the phrase was used by a lot of Division I ADs was that athletics is kind of the front porch of the university. I think a lot of us got sick of hearing it, but whether you like sports or not, it does end up being the truth. Is they'll see football on Friday nights before they see what happens in Frederick's English classroom.
That's so true. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I also think that I know sports is such a good way to bring people together because almost anybody can do it. And even if you're not like athletic, like I am not athletically inclined at all, but I still think it's such a cool way to like support people and see that. So I think that's awesome what you're doing. That's cool.
Yeah. Cool. I think athletics bring a community together. Mm-hmm. When things are going well, sometimes when they're going well, but the community's out there. They want to see that. They want to be a part of it. And all of our athletics are important. I think that's something that we're really kind of pushing and reaching to make sure that they're all brought to the forefront as much as we can, trying to keep everybody up to date with what's happening with tennis and bowling and all those type of things. But again, I think a Friday night is something that reaches a community more across the board than a lot of sports do. So, but we want to bring that platform to everyone. So, but it's cool. It's fun. It's great. It's a fun time.
Now, before you got in your role with athletics here, you were coaching a couple of different sports, weren't you?
Yeah. Let's see. I've coached football, basketball. I did track. I was doing throwers. I did that.
Oh, wow.
I've done a little bit of baseball, softball. This past year, actually, I did my first bowling match. So I've never coached bowling ever. So basically, I got there and was talking with him, and I'm like, well, I'm not sure what it's supposed to look like, but you just got to bowl better. That was my coaching techniques, like just bowl better. That's it. So a couple different sports. We've been here for a long time as far as my family. We've moved down here in the 2000s, and so my girls graduated from Little Miami and moved on to Bowling Green and different places. But we're ingrained in the community, and we just love it here. So.
That's so awesome.
I think one of the things Laura and I have been doing, and since her voice is a little crackly, I can carry the weight here just to help you out a little bit. But something we've asked our previous guests are, how were you like in high school?
What was I like in high school?
Yeah.
Pretty much like I am now. Just kidding. I didn't have the beard.
I was gonna say that if you did, the beard was a different color.
Dang.
Yeah, different. Yeah, whole different
beard
color.
and bow ties.
A little more hair.
Right, rocking it. Not much, but a little bit. Back in high school, I was kind of that guy that I played athletics. I did football and wrestle, things like that. But football was what I did the most, and I was sort of the middle of the road. Like I wasn't like the most popular kid, but I wasn't someone in the corner that people didn't know. So, but I was just kind of there and went through school, and I enjoyed it. And would I go back? Nope. But yeah, back in school, I was maybe a little more quiet and reserved than I am now. So I find my stride in college. So
how did you end up in education?
How did I end up here? Well, it's a long story.
We got about a half hour till the bell rings.
It goes back a long ways. We moved down here in 2000. We were reached out to as far as coming in and being involved in a local church using youth ministry for that. We came down and was a youth pastor there for many years, and then just started progressing into working with individuals with disabilities for the county through a public or a private company, and it just kind of morphed into where I'm at this point. Came and worked with the district, working with individuals with special needs, and working here in the school with them, and then moving into study hall coverage, and then just into this piece here. So it's been a great journey and fun journey with a lot of stuff in the background, but it's kind of where we rolled from. It's how I got to where I am today, and learned a lot of stuff and made me who I am today. So
you're definitely going to learn a lot along that journey.
Yeah.
100%.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a question.
Sure.
Okay. So you said you did sports in high school, and then now you're teaching sports. What do you think is one of the most important qualities that you see students learning from doing sports that maybe they don't get in a classroom?
Okay. I think that's a good question. One of the things that I think that athletics do for an individual is puts them on a personal path of accountability, where you have your coach coaching you up, but it's still you that has to do those things. So I think it holds them accountable and gives them that opportunity to as they're moving forward as an adult and a young adult, that they begin to take responsibility for where they're at or what they're doing or why they're not where they are. I think that helps them, and it gives them a little bit of a litmus test to gauge themselves as they move forward. Like, am I giving 100%? What does the coach mean by 100%? We as coaches, we talk about somebody's 100% is different than another person's 100%. But as long as you're giving that complete effort across the board, then you're reaching your goals. So
that's like a perfect answer. Oh my goodness.
Thanks.
That's
I researched it. I just looked it up on Google.
Right.
But we had a similar conversation with Harleman, obviously with his involvement with baseball. And we had talked a bit about how you can learn so much through the sporting lens. I mean, I was a referee for 7 or 8 years, and I learned more about dealing with people, managing tough situations and managing relationships as an official than I ever did doing anything else. Because there are few jobs where you can manage to make everybody mad at you in an instant like you can being a referee.
Oh, 100%.
I didn't know it was possible until I relayed a couple penalties and went, oh boy.
Yeah.
Now there's down like 1,500 people here that just don't like me, and I didn't do anything wrong.
Exactly. And you realize how much you don't know, apparently. That everybody else is much more versed in what you schooled for, yes.
For sure.
Wow.
Yeah, that's kind of the reality check. But I think you see it in sports. I think you said it best too. Of one person's 100% is different. I think we see that as teachers in the classroom too. That everybody's at that different level, and we got to meet them where they're at on that. I think we're seeing that too with some of the whole child stuff that's come up as far as our PD goes too. Yeah. Meeting students where they are and finding a way to work with them no matter what.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Speaking of students, so I just want you to know, I mean, I don't know how to transition into this, but I was stalking you on Facebook.
Oh, great.
Right. That's just what I was doing. But I saw this, and you won a Panther Hero Award.
Yeah. Well, let me just say it wasn't just me. And, our coaching staff at the middle school really stepped up and took care of that. So
awesome.
my wife made me post that. So I tried to stay in the background as much as possible. But it was just an event that took place, and our coaches came in and helped out and helped this individual. Basically they helped save this young man's life. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
it's so great to have. I mean, just like an amazing staff around us and surrounding us, but it's really great to just, I don't know that we're protected and we're safe. And I think that really helps, not just athletes, but just in general, the students, that they know that is, you're someone to rely on and stuff. And I think that's super important. I saw that again. I was just stalking you. So I was like, this is amazing. That's so cool. I didn't even know that. So congrats. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The district's definitely been pumping that out. If you didn't know, now you know. Mr. Mason got a nice honor at the board meeting the other night.
Yeah.
Well deserved.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, I think we could probably honor you every day of the year.
Oh my gosh.
For the different things
For
that you're
running
doing.
the school. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, I figured Harleman's job is up next for you.
Right.
We'll just kind of keep the climb going.
Yeah, I'm good where I'm at. And again, it's you're flattering me, and I don't. It's thank you.
Yeah.
Throwing me off, making me blush.
So outside of sports, I know you don't have a ton of free time at this point with football season and everything going on. What are you doing? What are you doing on a day off?
On a day off, I will cook. I love to cook.
Oh,
and
man.
I know we threw this down there a little bit last year, but at some point we're going to have a little throwdown battle with some food.
Date and time.
You and I.
Let's do it.
Oh, shoot.
Exactly right.
Wait, can I be the judge?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Absolutely. But no, I love to cook. I'll try anything and try to fix it. And if I see something, and I'll try to throw it out. But I love cooking. Hanging out with my wife, of course, she's my backbone. She's who I am. So we hang out and do those type of things. But generally it's just hanging out, recuperating, getting ready for the next day, and trying to make some awesome food.
What do you have on the menu this week? Anything real good?
Well, I've got some feta cheese with some cherry tomatoes that we're going to roast.
Oh.
And then I have some prosciutto that's all chopped up, ready to go. And I'm going to put over some chicken, put it in the oven, melt it down a little bit, serve a little angel hair pasta with it.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, Mason liked one of my Facebook food posts from the weekend.
I like
so I was
them
like,
all.
yeah, I'll make sure to bring that up. Are you doing the Blackstone thing now, or?
Yeah, man, I picked up a Blackstone. The neighbor was getting rid of it, so I just picked it up, repolished it, did a bunch of work on it, and got it ready and rolling. So I've got that. I'm still learning some of that process because it's a little bit different.
It's different,
but it's pretty good.
There's a couple of us now. I think me, Carter's got one. Woodruff's have one.
Yeah.
We could get a pretty good posse going. I know Carter and I talked last year at like the potluck end of school. We're like, if we just bring these in, like we could just be doing pancakes out in the parking lot or something.
100%.
Ooh.
Like, I mean,
I'd be so down for that.
yeah, don't tempt me with a good time.
Exactly,
but like that could be.
I'm in.
Just line up 6 of these things.
I'll just bring up cut up strawberries.
Somebody's got to do the
hope
fruit.
that's good enough.
I mean, normally Carter and I do biscuits and gravy, but I mean, we can sub that out.
Well, I'll bring my smoker in. It's a little small portable one, so I can bring a smoker and we'll
there you go.
some wings or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I tried to make a homemade pizza last night, and So it did not go well, like you would think, because you guys have your smokers and all that stuff. I did not do anything very well. The dough was too doughy at the end. I didn't cook it all the way through. And I was just like, maybe cooking's not my thing.
I don't know.
But you know what? Taste testing. That is my thing.
But truth be told, I mean, I think when him and I both started cooking, we screwed a bunch of stuff up. I mean, it's the only way you're gonna do it is by screwing it up. And if you make pizza without coming to talk to me, like, that's on you.
Yeah.
Like, if you didn't watch the Panther Show episode last year where the student and I allegedly tied in a pizza making competition.
I think it was rigged. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, truth be told, and I mean, we could probably come clean on this now. The whole point of that segment was he was supposed to win.
Yeah.
That was the initial plan, was that the student was going to beat me. And then when Paige and Colton actually did the taste test, they looked at him and said, we're not going on camera in front of our entire school and saying that you won. We're not doing it.
Yeah.
Which obviously set the stage for a couple other episodes and then an unhinged segment at the end about a hot dog being or not being a sandwich.
Oh my God, yeah. I remember that. That was good.
Well, let me ask you guys a question. What do you think? What's your weigh in on that? Is a burrito a sandwich?
Burrito.
I mean, it's a slippery slope. It can be its own thing. I don't know that everything needs to fit in a box when it comes to food. I'm kind of the mad scientist. I like mash everything up, so I can't. I don't know. I have a hard time with that.
I don't know. I'm going to take a stand on this and say it's definitely not. I think a sandwich is like bread, but like they're separate and then stuff in between. And burritos, they're just like, they're wrapped, rolled. They're kind of oblong. They're kind of gross looking, not going to lie, but they usually taste fantastic.
So basically like an egg roll.
An egg roll.
So are you suggesting that an egg roll is a sandwich?
That's what I'm suggesting. Egg roll.
Oh my goodness.
I like it. So, what is we'll move off from that, but what's your favorite genre of food then? Like, what is your go-to that you have to have?
I like that you're interviewing us. That's hilarious.
Hey, that's my job.
We brought the podcast host to the podcast
I think, honestly, I really like anything Italian. That's just what I grew up with. Italian or Hungarian food, because my family's all from Cleveland, and they have like a really large population of Hungarian people, and that's just where my family's from. So my family's Hungarian and Italian, and so that's just what we grew up with. Pasta, love it. Can't get enough of it. Yeah. But I like a good chicken paprikash.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. And it's just, the spices are smoky, and I love the tomatoey, creamy base. And oh my God, I'm starving.
Yeah, that sounds really good. I mean, I had school lunch, but it's not the same. Now, I didn't realize you're from Cleveland. I grew up just a little south of Cleveland, down in Canton, Massillon area, Akron.
Okay, yeah.
So, but yeah, we moved down here from there, and we came down in pierogies.
Oh my God, pierogies are the best. Yes.
100%. Nobody knew what they were down here.
They're not a thing down here.
Yeah, it's a shame.
And it really is. Pierogies are so good. They're like little pastry dough kind of thing.
It's like a potato ravioli.
Yeah, potato ravioli. But here's the thing. I always get, my aunt and I, when we always go to Easter or whatever, we end up bringing pierogies and stuff. But they're not just like potato pierogies. They're like sweet pierogies. So they have like blueberries and stuff inside of it. And you fry up the dough, and it's super butter. It's super unhealthy, but it's the best thing ever. It's good for your soul. Pierogies.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cleveland, crazy place.
Crazy place.
All my family's from Parma, so.
I know, yeah. We've got some family that live up there off of, like on the east side.
Okay, so, nice. Yeah.
So,
Cleveland crew.
West Side Market or Finley Market?
Yeah.
Oh, I go West Side. I've only been up there once, but I spent a lot of money in the West Side.
I've gained a lot of weight on the West Side.
Yeah, the butcher shops in there were top tier for me. But so when it comes to genres, I feel like I'm kind of the oddball because I cook everything. Like, I grew up outside of Philadelphia in an Italian family. So, like, you had your Sunday sauce, and mom pulling out the meat tenderizer meant that, like, you were going to have a good chicken cutlet with something for dinner. And then I went to college down south, and, like, my roommate's mom taught me how to make grits and fried chicken and, like, good Southern food that, like, I ate all sorts of stuff growing up though, but like my dad was military, and then went on to be an airline pilot. So like, I still remember coming downstairs in the morning when he landed from somewhere like late in the night, and he gets up and goes, "Hey, I had this thing for dinner in like Austin or San Francisco or Seattle, and I'm going to make it for dinner." And I was fortunate enough to have like really good cooks as parents. So like there was no genre at my house. It was like whatever was good.
Yeah.
So I've just kind of carried that on. I mean, I make everything from scratch at this point. It's just like a hobby. I was making English muffins last weekend.
Oh, I saw that.
Miso caramel sauce has been my downfall this week.
Sounds really good. Yeah.
I need to stop. I need to stop making it. It's too easy and it's too good.
Just bring it over here. We'll take it.
Oh yeah.
We'll help you out.
Taste testing again.
So I did give some to a staff member that I had left over, and it was their birthday, and I was like, "Here, just from me to you." Just looking for some feedback, and the response was in all caps, "This is everything."
Oh, that's good.
So yeah, I can probably hook you up. I mean, you like enough of my food posts.
Yes, exactly. I mean, I should get something,
So what is your go-to genre? Like, what if you have to make a meal tonight, where are you going with it?
If I have to make a meal tonight, I'm probably going just kind of back to my southern roots. My mom's from like Tennessee, and my dad's from West Virginia. So I don't know how south that is, but we had basically meat and potatoes kind of thing. So, but I'll throw out some like fried chicken, some collard greens, some potatoes, things like that, like buttered potatoes or something that way. But I love Italian food, and then Mexican. Love Mexican food too.
Oh, I love Mexican food.
I don't think you can go wrong. If you're having a bad day, I think Mexican food will. The birria. Oh yeah, I can't get enough birria.
There we go. Birria tacos.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. But I think my comfort food though is like just give me a big fat slice of pizza.
Oh, so good.
And then
I have to ask you then. I know that we keep talking about food, but it's such a good topic.
I know, right? It's all good.
Chicago style pizza or New York pizza?
Oh, see, I think that's a tough call. I think they're almost two different kind of meals.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But if I had to order, I'm going to go with more of a New York style, maybe not as thin and crispy as New York comes in, maybe in that middle ground. So, but yeah, so if I'm going to I'm just doing that middle ground, probably that New York style first. If I'm wanting something kind of luxurious or a fancy pizza, then I'm going, Chicago style deep dish.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Kind of what's cool about food is that it always brings us back to our family and our roots and stuff like that. So you said you have been in the Little Miami district forever, but where did you actually grow up? Like, what was that like?
Sure. I grew up in Canton, Massillon area, Stark County, which is about 3.5 hours northeast of us. And we go back there occasionally. My wife, Suzanne, has family back there, so we'll go up there, hang out with them. But grew up there, kind of a middle America kind of town. And again, it's funny that, athletics was the pivotal point in community piece where I grew up. I mean, that was there. And on Friday nights, the local McDonald's was bare during the game. And because everybody was at the game.
Right.
And your colors were your colors. And, you didn't date another girl or a boy from another school. It was one of those things. But grew up there, again, small town feel, great time. Had a lot of close friends, good families. My family, my mom and dad's family were in the area as well. So it was great growing up with people that I had around me. I had a great uncle that I can't talk. I'll go choke out because I just love him. He was a great guy. Just really looked out for me and just, think about Uncle Ronnie a lot. So
that's awesome.
So it was good to have that guy with me. And, we'd spend time together and just talk stuff you couldn't talk with your parents. So, and I think that's why I like working with kids, because I want to give them that opportunity to have someone they can talk to and trust. So
yeah,
I had a couple of those growing up, and they definitely helped me get out of where I was. So I feel that of like, hey, now we can kind of be not like the cool uncle, but you can kind of be that in between of your parents and just an adult who can advocate for you, help you, and talk you through.
A safe space.
Safe space is a good way to put it.
Yeah.
I get you on that.
Yeah. A lot of times they just want someone to listen. They don't always want your opinion, but they just want someone to listen. So that's good. So what brought you guys down?
So I actually grew up here my entire life. My family's just from Cleveland, so it was my mom who brought us all down here. Well, and my dad. That's how they got married, and they showed up here. And then we've just always been here. I don't live in the district anymore. I live downtown, but Little Miami is such a home for me, and I really didn't expect coming back here to teach or join in or, I don't know, be part of it again. But again, it's just like such a unique place where I've always felt like home here, and it's familiar. But even when it's changing, it's changing into something new, but still feels like home, So yeah, I've always been here, and I love Little Miami. And I don't know, the district has always just taken care of me and my family, and all the crazy things that my family went through here. Everybody's just been so good.
Good.
Yeah. My person, I'll be honest, my person is Miss Mapati.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm always in her room. You always see me there. I'm always talking with her. She's been my person since a very, very long time. So I get where you're coming from. Like, you always need someone, and being, I don't know, rubbing off on you, and then you can in turn be more interpersonal, I guess, with your students, and they can feel safe with them. So, yeah, Little Miami's home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I coached Mrs. Mapati in softball for like the little rec league for many years. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm getting almost as old as Randy Gray, so.
Oh, you're going to love my question at the end.
Oh, great. Almost. What about you?
I am not from around here.
Correct.
Not even close. I've lived all over the place, growing up outside Philadelphia, New Jersey, and then college in Virginia. When I was an undergrad, I had jobs all over the place. I lived in upstate New York at a summer camp one summer. I lived in Blacksburg one summer. Lived in North Carolina one summer with my internship. I moved out here with, at the time, my girlfriend, now my wife. I was working at West Point in the athletic department there, and had a cool gig, but it was time for like a big boy job. I needed benefits and like a salary, not just like a couple $100 and a free house for a summer. And I guess at that point it was about a year, but the University of Dayton offered me an awesome job. So we came out here, and I worked there for a little over 4 years, and a job at Appalachian State came up. So I moved down there, and the plan was that she was going to finish out the school year, get the house ready for sale, and then come join me down in Boone. But it wasn't quite what I thought it was, and wasn't a real good. I'll say it wasn't a real good fit for me, and some things just didn't work out. So I came back up here and was looking for, what do I do next? What's my next chapter going to be? And we had booked a trip out west, so we hopped in the truck and started driving to Wyoming. And in the process, I had some different options that came up, and was looking, what do I want to do with my life now? And I could go work for U.S. Lacrosse. I could go work at Iowa State, working video boards, or I could come down to Little Miami High School. And we had a long conversation in Jackson Hole, walking around town, going, "Hey, what do we want to do? What's best for us?" And it's like, let's give it a shot. Yeah. Let's see. I have a master's in education. I always loved working with the college kids when I worked at UD and App State, and I felt like this was a chance for me to try something different and use my skills in a different way. And I'm still here. I don't know what I was expecting, but the weirdest part for me is that this school, again, not from around here.
Sure.
This school is exactly the one I went to. The student population is the same. The area is the same. The colors are the same. The building looks the same.
Crazy.
It is like the same. And, we had the urban sprawl of Philadelphia that kind of pushed out, and it took the farmlands and turned them into subdivisions. And, you had that. You had the diversity there in terms of, you had really nice houses and you had some not really nice houses, and you had people that commuted into the city and people that worked in the factories and the farms and stuff. So, when I come through the doors every day, like these are my people. This is just like where I grew up, just without I guess the Philly attitude that I'm kind of accustomed to or known for.
Oh yeah, you got that Midwest nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still adjusting to that after living out here for 8 or 9 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's always inside of you, I guess. You're working through it. So.
Yeah.
I take up everywhere I've been, everywhere I've lived. I've kind of taken a little something with me. Maybe I'll all of a sudden get this Midwest nice that comes one of these years.
We'll be looking for that. So.
Yeah.
Keep looking.
We're waiting for
Make sure you got your glasses on.
We're waiting for you to do the Ohio Ope. You ever heard of that?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I have. We were in Minneapolis a couple of years ago, and we were seeing it on T-shirts. And my wife was like, "What?" And then some guy did at the restaurant that night of, "Oh, I'm gonna scooch past you."
Yeah.
And she's like, "In the wild."
Oh yeah, in the wild.
You're like, take a photo.
He said it. That's awesome.
The Midwest thing. It was an adjustment for me moving out here, and some of it still is because it is different. And every part of the country has something that is different. Being like Roanoke, Virginia versus upstate New York versus Philly versus here. Like there are some big differences that I don't think a lot of people necessarily understand unless you've like really been somewhere else. Yeah.
Well, I think it's intriguing too that even in our community, there's different pieces that pop in every so often, just colloquialisms and things like that. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, we wanted to see just how hip you were, since we know you're kind of plugged in with things that are going on.
Yeah.
That's what you think.
So I have a major question.
I'm in.
Okay. So the past 2 episodes, we basically quizzed, we interrogated our sweet principals for different language. So I'm going to ask you a question though. What is a trend or fad or fashion? Okay, something that you would bring back from when you were in high school.
Oh, peg pants.
Peg pants. Oh my God, you have to explain. I have no idea what that is. Oh my God, I have no idea.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh my goodness. All right. So back in the day, you would have your acid wash jeans. So they're not completely blue. They're kind of that bluish, whitish, kind of cloudy looking thing.
Okay.
And then you go to the bottom of your pants where your hem's at, and you fold it over, roll it up, and it creates just a little peg that your pants are really tight around your ankles.
Wow.
So that was like the 80s fashion.
So it's showing off the ankles.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna have to try it with all my like obnoxious socks I wear that nobody ever gets to appreciate.
Oh yeah.
I got big blue boots on today. Some polka dot socks.
Those are great. Oh my gosh. Okay. That was so quick. That was the best response ever.
It's like he's been waiting for someone to.
He's like, bring it on.
Exactly. Please, someone ask me this question. I thought it would be difficult.
I told you to be hard-hitting questions.
Yeah, exactly. I've prepared. I got notes in front of me and diagrams and all this stuff.
Oh my God.
With all that free time you got.
Correctly. Put it together. It's all good.
Oh.
No, well, I guess, can I ask it back to you? What's your fashion?
I would bring back feathers in her hair. It was like a thing in like the 2010s. You just wore like crimped feathers that were just like put in your hair. And I thought they were the coolest things ever because they'd be like, you wouldn't like actually damage your hair or anything, but they'd be like a little flash or pop of color. Because the other version would be Kool-Aid dyeing your hair.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And that never worked well for anybody that I ever knew that did that
Use
at
the
all.
White Kool-Aid, like the cherry.
Oh, yeah.
Kicks hair really good.
That's so funny.
I don't. No, I'm only a couple years older than you. I'm just a couple years younger than you.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have a whole lot of fashion stuff. I mean, if I'm outside of work, I'm in like a guide shirt and shorts, or I kind of like fall because I can just go boots and jeans and flannel or a hoodie and just kind of live my life that way. I am not a fashion icon, so I can't speak to that. But I know there are some baby pictures of me in some really weird outfits, and I don't know that my brother and I have ever really come to terms with my mom on that.
I'm going to need to see those photos.
Yeah,
I don't know that that's going to be a thing.
Should post them up.
Can we stalk him?
We can stalk him.
Yes.
I mean, hi, Mom. I think she actually listened to the last 2 episodes. So, I mean, if you're listening and Rob Mason asks you for pictures on Facebook, please don't do it.
Say yes.
I'll make Thanksgiving dinner. Whatever you need, just don't do that.
I'm going to find it out.
Oh, my goodness.
The new challenge. Well, we know that you're a very busy man and have very busy athletic things to do, and we're going to get ready for our next crop of kids coming in. But we truly appreciate you coming down. Congratulations on your award from the board, and thanks for everything that you do in this building for the staff, the students, the community. Just in case nobody says thank you today, we really appreciate you, and we're glad you're here.
Thank you for running the school.
Don't say that. I thank you. It was fun. I appreciate it. You guys are doing a great job. I like this. And again, you guys are some staff members that have just added a lot to Little Miami. So as the students and staff, to say thanks for you guys for what you're doing and helping them out. So you guys are amazing. So anything I can do, let me know. This is great.
We appreciate it.
Amazing.